Hello, everyone, and welcome to an unexpected twist on the game that we were going to be playing. We are now going to be playing Lasers and Feelings, and this is your warning before we get into what Lasers and Feelings is about. We were going to be playing a different game, but we had some players missing, so we couldn't make it. And also, this is a game that's new to everyone, so if there's a lot of ums and pauses, just go with the flow. This is a new game. To explain the situation, you are the fearless crew of the interstellar scout ship, the Raptor. Your mission is to explore the uncharted regions of space, deal with aliens both friendly and deadly, and defend the consortium worlds against the space dangers. Captain Darcy has been overcome with a strange psychic entity known as something else, leaving you to defend yourselves while he recovers in a medical pod. My players, please create your characters.
So I'm still wanting to be an alien pilot. I'ma fly the ship.
Heck
I'm probably gonna go android, either android soldier or android doctor. Which do you think would be better?
I don't know, it's up to you.
Yeah, do you want to heal or do you want to fight?
I mean, I kind of want to be the embodiment of the I'm a healer, but meme.
Do it.
The android doctor.
Heck yeah.
Also, D is going to be arriving shortly.
Oh.
D. I guess I'll do heroic soldier.
All right, we'll figure out a way to pull D in. So the next part is part 3. You have to choose your number from 2 to 5. A high number means you're better at lasers, technology, science, cold rationality, calm, precise action. A low number means you're better at feelings, intuition, diplomacy, seduction, wild, passionate action. So go ahead and figure out if you're more of a lasers person or a feelings person.
A 4.
I'm definitely lasers. I'm going 5.
Do we roll or do we choose? I'm confused.
You get to choose the number from 2 to 5.
Ooh.
I'm 4. I'm middle of the road, I guess. More towards lasers.
I'll do a 4 too.
We're all about technology, I guess.
None of us know how to feel.
I mean, maybe D will round out the team.
Maybe. 4.
Alternatively, I could switch to like a 2 and be I'm a doctor, not a blank.
Whatever you want, man. I'm just scribbling over here.
You know what?
Here,
no,
actually,
I'm gonna switch to a 2.
Here.
I'll switch to a 2.
Too much Star Trek.
Better at
the next step is
feelings.
the worst. Names.
All right. Sorry, my brain is going like 5 miles an hour when it should be going a lot faster. So, before you continue on, now that you've picked your lasers versus your feelings, you are going to have to come up with a cool space adventure name.
D!
We're playing something else!
Oh, okay.
Because, yeah, I felt bad about starting without you and Noah. Noah's not here still.
Oh, we're missing 2 people.
Yeah.
Listen, we're playing Lasers and Feelings. I put a link in the Coconut Gallery?
Yeah.
It's fun.
And right now we are creating characters.
I am Cecil Googleplex.
Oh,
the
yes,
alien
you gotta
pilot.
type that out. You have to type that out.
Heck yes.
Here, I already typed it out because I have like a sheet. Cecil Googleplex.
Well, then you gotta
I
You
love
have
it.
to copy paste it into the chat so that we can see and I can write it down as one of my characters. Yes.
I'm
love
gonna be playing
Where's the link?
FiAiO,
Oh, yes.
aka the elements in thermite.
Yeah, that's so good.
I love that. I love the thought process with that. That's amazing.
I'm an alien pilot. And
Yes.
I'm very passionate about my job.
So, what number did you pick again?
2.
Two.
I switched and picked 2 because the others were leaning more heavily towards the technology side.
Fair enough. Our android healer is FiAiO, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I will be.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking Agent Washington. You do not know if their first name is Agent. It might be.
Yes.
It is.
But you're not supposed to know that.
No.
Where's the link?
You'll have to kill them now.
Um,
All right.
Knowledge is too
So,
powerful.
let me get
what
you
is your style?
D, the links in Coconut Gallery.
Yeah.
It's the wait. It's the one that's under the honey heist.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Cryptid's a heroic soldier.
Yeah.
All right.
Should we put that in the chat as well to make sure?
Yeah.
I'm writing it down.
I'll just edit my thing here.
5. Okay, actually, it is really nice if you put it down for me. Thank you, guys. And a 4. All right, D, let's catch you up. Do you now have access to the PDF?
Yes.
All right. So part 1 is you got to choose a style. Right now we have an alien, an android, and a heroic. I'd recommend you don't pick the same style as somebody else, but if both you and the other player agree, I don't have any real skin in the game, so you both can be the same. What are you feeling?
Feeling hot shot.
Hot shot!
Heck yeah.
Nice.
All right, what's your role? There's doctor, envoy, engineer, explorer, pilot, scientist, and soldier. And the same rule applies if I'd recommend being something else, but I don't have any skin in the game if both of you agree.
Currently, we have doctor, pilot, and soldier.
Let's go with explorer.
Explorer, yes!
Nice. Ooh.
I don't know what any of this means, but I'm just picking at random.
All right. So this game uses D6. So you need to pick a number from 1 to 5. If you want to be really good at using science stuff, rationality, precise actions, you want to pick a higher number so you're better at lasers. If you want to be good at feeling stuff like intuition, diplomacy, seduction, or passionate action, you want to pick a lower number.
4.
A 4. 2 4s on this ship.
Heck yeah.
All right. Now you need to pick, this is very important, a cool space name.
It's the hardest part of character creation ever.
Oh, yeah.
I know. We don't blame you.
Why does Zap Brannigan have to be taken already? Am I such a dickhead?
What about Brap Zanigan?
me see.
While you're thinking on that, I will mention everybody, you have a consortium uniform with a built-in vac suit for spacewalks, a super sweet space phone camera communicator scanner thing with a universal translator, a varial beam phase pistol set to stun, usually. Your goal is going to be getting your characters involved in crazy space adventures. Try to make the best of them. In this case, we will mostly be doing one adventure because this is a little off the cuff. But you also get to pick your character goal. Choose one of these, or you can create your own. Become captain, meet new aliens, shoot bad guys, find new worlds, solve weird space mysteries, prove yourself, or keep being awesome because you have nothing to prove. And I will say, just for a fun bit of flavor, PM me whichever one of these you pick, rather than putting it in the chat like you have with your name and your number.
Oh, all right.
Just for fun. If it becomes more fun for everybody to know, I'll go ahead and let you guys release that. But we're exploring, we're figuring stuff out.
Kent Matrix? Nice.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that is so cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
Does he respond to Kent, or are you required to say Kent Matrix before he turns?
Full name.
Awesome.
Woof.
Give me a second. I'm notating stuff.
Who am I PMing?
Snail.
You're PMing Snail.
I apologize if you can hear my keyboard clicks. There's not really much I can do about that.
Don't worry about it, man.
It's fine.
No worries.
All right. While I'm notating this, you guys get to create the ship. As a group, pick 2, count them 2, strengths for the Raptor. Fast, nimble, well-armed, powerful shields, superior sensors, cloaking device, or fighter craft. You can pick 2. Talk amongst yourselves. When you've come to a final decision, write it down in the coconut gallery. In the game zone, I mean. Brain.
I'm saying we got to start with fast.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely
I'm
fast.
leaning toward fast.
I mean, yeah, the name's Raptor. It's got to be fast.
Oh, definitely. So we've got fast.
I think the other one should be well-armed.
I think we should go with a cloaking device instead.
Oh.
I'm also in on the cloaking device.
Yeah, cloaking device sounds cool. Well, armed would be
Alright,
nice, but cloaking device.
Like, if we're fast, and we have a cloaking device, we're more likely to just get away rather than get into any fights.
Alrighty. We also need to pick a problem by the looks of it.
So, fast and cloaking device. And then a problem?
Fuel hog,
right.
only 1 medical pod.
Also, you have to pick one problem. Your problems that you may pick from are fuel hog, always needs energy crystals, only 1 medical pod, and Captain Darcy is in it. Horrible circuit breakers. In battles, consoles tend to explode on the bridge. And grim reputation. Captain Darcy did some bad shit in the past.
With horrible circuit breakers, because hopefully we're not in battle with the ship.
Everything exploding is just amazing. Let's do that.
Yeah.
You touch something and it just blows up in your face. That's great.
Yeah.
Who was messing with the wiring?
Again!
It was me. I thought it was really
Damn
neat.
it, guys. I have to treat you dumbasses for electrical burns every other hour.
I know I'm not an engineer, but I thought that maybe we might need to reroute the power. Is that how that goes?
You rerouted all the power to the steering system, like everything else is dead, but it's flying just fine.
Okay, everyone, are you ready to begin?
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, everyone. In the last mission, your captain, the fearless Captain Darcy, was overcome by some strange psychic entity known as the Something Else, and you all have been left to fend for yourselves as he recovers. The med pod is both for his safety, to hopefully get this out, but also for your own safety, so that the whatever it is doesn't also infect you. I will make a note. It is a bad idea to try and awaken Captain Darcy, just so as you know. It has been about 1 day since you left the planet that had Captain Darcy stuck in the med pod. Let me ask you all, what are you doing as your well, let me actually ask you, what's your plan right now? Are you going to be continuing onwards as Captain Darcy would want you to do and trust the med pods? Or are you trying to get to the nearest civilization for Captain Darcy to be helped by a different med team, and it's just very, very, very far away?
I honestly think that we would continue on, because, well, you know, I don't know that much about technology or whatever. I'm just the pilot, jeez. But, you know, I kind of trust those things. We need to, don't we?
I think we should finish the mission.
I feel like the captain would want us to carry on.
I'm too busy treating you all for electrical burns to care.
All right, you have carried on with your mission, which is, of course, to explore the uncharted regions of space, deal with aliens both friendly and deadly, and defend the consortium against worlds against space danger. Everybody knows.
Impressive.
So as you guys are continuing on to uncharted lands, let me ask you, it's the day after your brave Captain Darcy, who normally rallies you all into a more collected group. He's currently in the pod. So what are you doing this day before, well, I won't even discuss what happens next.
I'm up flying the ship, as always.
Very important for the pilot to be flying the ship. Are you using reason when you fly the ship, or are you one of the more passionate kinds?
Oh, I'm a passionate flyer here.
Oh no.
Are we doing barrel rolls?
Oh no.
I would like
Yes.
for you to roll 3d6.
Okay, that was the first one. Here's the second one. And here's the third. So the first two are above my number, and the last one is not.
All right, so you have 2 successes. You're doing great up there in the pilot's seat. Unsurprising, considering you're pretty good at this piloting thing, even if it's all on intuition. Don't worry about it. So
You just gotta
you're
feel your way around the meteors. Don't worry about it.
You're just plugging along as you're calculating the space routes to places uncharted, or technically another uncharted place, because when Captain Darcy was put down, you were in an uncharted place. But next up, what else is the rest of this crew doing? What do you do when there's downtime? And also your captain is currently down for the count.
I will heroically stay out of the bridge, because I do not wish to get burned.
Paperwork, probably.
All right, paperwork is definitely a lasers thing. Are you an expert in paperwork, or is it just like something you have to do?
I mean, it's part of my job, so I'd probably be decently skilled in it, but it's not my forte.
Okay, so let's say you're prepared, but you're not an expert. So roll 2d6. And you want to roll
They're both
under
below
your
my number. They're both below my number.
All right. So most of the time, paperwork is like a real slog, and like it's still kind of a real slog, but you get into that specific vibe that's like really hard to get into, where like you're sort of just like mindlessly ticking away, and you look up and like review your work, and everything is done correctly. And like the places where the paperwork normally trip you up is just not getting to you whatsoever. So you're just nailing away at this paperwork about how Captain Darcy is in the med pod because of something else that's a psychic entity in his brain. You're just plugging away at this stuff.
Cool.
Nice.
All right, Agent Washington or Kent Matrix, what are you doing?
I've explored the entirety of the ship repeatedly, so I shall take a nap.
All right, I'm gonna guess that's a feelings thing. So, I'm gonna say you're prepared. I don't know if I would give you. I mean, take a nap. I mean, people who sleep are probably an expert at taking a nap, right? Roll 3d6, but you're aiming for feelings.
Oh no.
So you have to roll above your number.
That's going to be interesting.
Let's
you
see.
rolled your number
4
twice.
and a 2. So you succeed. It's a little restless because like your instincts are like on guard, but
That's laser feelings twice.
Twice, yeah.
Oh, you're right. How did I not read down far enough? You get a special insight into what's going on. You get to ask me a question, and they'll answer, and by they I mean me. I'll answer you honestly.
What
So you
prophetic dreams does my explorer mind reach into the cosmos to claim?
So I'll say you get 2 successes. You get to ask me 2 questions, and I will ask you to repeat that because I was talking over you, and I apologize.
What prophetic dreams does my mind claim from the cosmos?
So do you want that to count as 2 questions and I can give you 2 answers, or as 1 question and I give you 1 tidbit?
1 tidbit.
1 tidbit. So your dreams always come along as visions of past battles you fought victoriously or suffered a crushing defeat, and most of the time they play out pretty rhythmically, like you know these dreams. But this time, you're on the Battle of Polge, as everyone knows, which was one of your greatest successes before you were put on this ship. But the Battle of Polge was against some sort of like blob-skinned people, and you're just getting like bees. Like every time you look around at where you know your enemy's gonna be, it's not a blob person, it's a bee. It's very, very confusing because most of the time this doesn't happen, which clues you in that this is one of your prophetic dreams. It's only in prophetic dreams that the reality scape changes. So something bees.
Okay. And then for my second question, what is the nearest unexplored planet?
What is the nearest unexplored planet? So that's a pretty good question. And I'm trying to figure out how I'd fit it into your dreams. I'm going to say you get a feeling that you're not going the right direction. You're following along with this dream, bees, weird, unexplained, but you're just not going in the right direction. you really need to turn more starboard. You need to turn more starboard. You really need to go starboard, guys. No, that's not the way the dream's supposed to go, but starboard, 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 starboard. And you wake up and you're just like, we have to go more starboard. We have to. We have to turn that direction and go that way. It's going to drive you crazy if you don't convey this.
All right. Do you want to get to the last person?
Yeah, I figure we'll hold on you for just a second, because Kent Matrix, what are you doing?
I'm Kent Matrix.
Oh, stars. Agent Washington, I'm so sorry. How could I forget Agent Washington?
First name Agent. I'm just going to do something really simple. I'm going to find as many weapons as I can because it is best to be prepared.
All right. So you tell me, is this a lasers thing where you're like looking at all the rational places, or is this a feeling thing where like you're feeling sort of unnerved, so you're going back through all of your stashes and it's just like a mental process to calm you down?
Oh geez. I really like the second option, but the first option seems more like, you know what? I'm gonna go with the second option for flavor.
Okay,
So I have to get above.
I will give you 3 dice because you probably know where all the weapons caches are, and you're an expert in this, being a soldier. So you want to roll above your feelings.
So
Like a
got
gut-lifted squirrel.
I got a 6, a 3, and a 1. So that's
okay,
one
so that's
success.
1 success. You're unnerved, man. Like you were trying to just file where the weapons are, but some things are out of place. You can't find an entire cache of weapons. And you can't tell if this is your paranoia or if it's a serious problem that's talking. So I'm going to say the next time you're sort of looking for one of your weapon caches, you're going to have to roll a luck dice, which will just be a random D6, probably even a D2, to decide if you find it, or if this is one of the weapons caches that was sort of disorganized. And as we continue on, we'll see if that's a thing or not.
Okay.
All right, I believe we already have a plot thread to follow, though, because Kent Matrix, we gotta go starboard. You're losing your mind. This dream is like infecting your brain, and they were like bees, but like starboard. You gotta go starboard.
Kent Matrix, the banished cyborg psychic, will head to the bridge and say, quickly, to the starboard side! There, we will find bees!
Bees? Okay, I guess so. Just turn starboard, I guess.
I mean, considering that you're so feelings focused, I can respect this. So starboard you go. So FiAiO, you notice that like the ship is turning, and like you didn't think that was in the ship parameters just a second ago. Agent Washington, you're completely distracted. So FiAiO, do you want to go up to the bridge, or do you just want to trust that these idiots will come to you when they're hurt?
FiAiO does not trust a single member of the ship's crew because they have to be treated for electrical burns every 2 hours. So yeah, no, they're heading straight to the bridge. Like, what the hell is going on here?
Woohoo!
Hunting bees!
Bees?
Space bees.
Yep, we're going after bees, apparently. I don't know. I'm just enjoying flying.
I'm going to check that the first aid kit on the bridge is stocked with antihistamines for any bee stings.
Okay, I'm gonna say that that's lasers, and you're always prepared for that. Well, you're an expert in finding that, so I'm gonna say roll 2d6.
Oh, 2d6. Ignore that second 4.
So 3 to 4 when you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. You find that the med kit is in pristine condition, as always, because you always make sure that it is with these idiots around. So it's plenty loaded up, and as FiAiO sort of turns to the helm, I will ask Agent Washington, do you want to come up to the bridge to complain, or are you just going through like didn't store things properly?
I feel like he's going to give up and then go up to the bridge just to see what's going on.
Okay, so as you come up onto the bridge, and as Captain Darcy would be sitting on the bridge helping calm things down, but his absence is felt, you see through the piloting screens a sort of you can't tell if it's red or purple, which is interesting because most of the time you can tell your colors. But something red or purple that looks planetoid is sort of coming closer. I'm going to say, Cecil, I'm going to ask you for something hard. I'm going to need you to roll lasers to use your piloting skills to define what this is. You're prepared and you're an expert, so roll 3d6.
Okay.
But it is lasers, not feelings.
Oh, I have to roll under 2.
2 or less?
I failed. Super fail.
I get to decide how things get worse.
Oh,
So
boy.
you fly on intuition, man. You don't try to calculate this stuff. Most of the time Captain Darcy helps with calculating the actual like planetoid stuff. You just fly around based on your instincts. So you're like really trying to cover for where Captain Darcy normally covers you, and you're like really focused. I'm gonna say everyone besides Cecil, roll a d2.
Oh no.
I'm so focused. I'm sticking my tongue out of my mouth and everything.
Oh, very
I
important.
love it.
That's no moon.
Okay. Everybody with a D2, just put a nose on it. Just hold that thought in your head. Cecil, you're so focused and you're like, okay, oxygen is in the air, and wait, which folder did the captain put this in? And you're so overwhelmed that you're not using your feelings. You forget you have to land the thing and that you are moving directly in its direction. So warning signs start coming up and you're like, no, I have to do the analysis thing, and you're like ignoring things. And I'm gonna need everybody to roll another D2 because the first D2 is for something I'll explain in a moment.
Brace!
Can I sit in Darcy's seat and buckle up?
Yes, you can. That will give you advantage on the D2. So if you get a 1, you get to roll again.
Oh no.
Roll again.
Oh no.
Do I roll a
no.
D2 this time too?
Was that the only one who rolled a 2 on that?
Snail, should I roll a D2 on this too?
Yes. For this one, you must roll.
Oh, well, fail.
Am I the only one who rolled a 2 on that?
Yes.
I think so.
One person did. Okay. So, we're gonna zoom back just a little bit. Cryptid, you're Agent Washington, right?
Right.
Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't get my wires crossed. Both Agent Washington and FiAiO, as you were coming closer to the planet and trusting that the pilot would fly the damn thing, you sort of notice that there's like a different coloration that's not like right where you're landing, or you presumed you would be landing. We'll get to that in a moment. but sort of nearby, it's just different. Whereas it's really hard to tell what kind of color the rest of the planet is. This one is clearly green. But it's a faint green, so it's like it's a tint coming off, but it's only from that area. which is interesting. The other D2 was how you guys landed when it crashed. So,
No, balls.
Oh no.
my dear FiAiO, you're the only person who is conscious when the plane finishes landing. And you're surrounded by unconscious humanoids. Obviously, Cecil is not a human. We are not trying to say that they are. And you realize the pilot has crashed your stupid ship. What do you do?
God damn this ship and everyone on it. Who looks the worst off?
They all look unconscious. It doesn't look like anybody's dead. Nobody's like even seriously hurt, which is a miracle. It seems like Agent Washington tried to buckle himself up because he's currently like flung against the railing on the captain's ship, where like there's the seat and then there's the rail where the captain stands heroically. He's currently like flung over it, and it looks like he's not having a good time. It looks like Cecil's probably fine, the lucky numbnuts, because he's all shipped in. So it seems like Kent Matrix or Agent Washington would be the first person you'd want to look into.
All right, I'm gonna go Rao as our soldier. I'm gonna go over to Agent Washington, sorry, and try to get him awake.
All right, roll. Well, you tell me, is this a laser or feelings? I'm guessing laser?
This is definitely a laser. This is a medicine check.
All right, roll it for me, and I'm gonna say you get 2 dice because you're an expert, and obviously you get the first D6, but I'm gonna say you weren't prepared because you did also have to like hold on so that you didn't get knocked unconscious.
Of all the times to roll double sixes, are you kidding me?
No. Oh my gosh.
So something goes wrong.
Oh dear.
So as you walked onto the bridge, you heard Kent screaming about bees, which is nuts because bees are an earth animal. There are no bees in space, but there are things that behave like bees.
Why are there space bees?
Oh, no, they're not space bees. They're absolutely sentient. They just behave like bees. And everyone else, pause 1 second while I send a quick message to RJ, and I'll get back to all of you.
Oh.
Well, if nothing else, they probably can't sting through metal. The rest of you guys are kind of screwed, I'm sorry. Of all the times to roll double sixes!
Don't say that. I'm a leaf in the wind.
Mock Cryptid, I'm gonna strangle the both of you.
Don't worry, I'm still
God
dangling
damn
from the
it.
captain's seat.
I'm so glad you guys picked up on that. So, Cecil, Agent Washington, and Kent Matrix slowly. Oh, you're waking up, your poor brains. Oh, it's really hard, but you wake up. You're sort of like just sitting on the edge of wanting to hurl, and one of you probably has a concussion. We don't need to go into that. Concussions aren't real in space operas.
There's definitely birds flying around my head right now.
Seeing stars.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. But as you wake up, you see FiAiO is gone.
Oh.
I'm gonna hop up and start searching around.
All
He's
right.
gonna start like rallying the others.
Mm.
Hey, everybody wake up, we're missing one.
Oh, that's That's not good. I'm
What
gonna
is it?
unclip myself from my seat.
I'm gonna say just because you did cause all of this, you do from your seat sort of fall onto the HUD because like you deserve a little bit of retribution. It doesn't hurt you or anything, but it's not graceful.
Oh, of course not.
Sort of go oof.
Yep, I'm coming. Who's missing?
FiAiO.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, our medic.
Yeah, it's really not great that the medic is missing. How do
I'm
you
gonna
all
start-
want to proceed?
I'm gonna
Because it would
start
be
searching
my
the ship. Oh no, go ahead.
because
Sorry.
it would be my job to know like if I need a spacesuit for a walk on an alien planet. Can I check to see if like we can survive without our helmets out here?
You sure can. I would suggest you don't check by taking off your helmet.
No, that's.
But if you want
I was
to,
gonna check the instruments.
okay, so that's gonna definitely be a lasers roll. And it's Kent talking, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say that you're an expert in that because you are an explorer. So you roll 2d6 and you want to roll lower than your number.
That's a laser.
Oh, laser
Oh, you got a laser feeling.
Laser feeling.
Oh yeah, you
Laser
do.
feelings got us into the situation. Laser feelings will get us out.
Heck yeah.
You didn't just get a laser feelings, you also got a success. So you get to ask me a question. Once again, the questions are there. I'm going to say because you also got a success, you may ask me what question I would recommend you ask. You don't even have to take me up on that question. Just if you want some insight.
Will ask a question of my own.
Sounds good.
Was the ship violently invaded, or however our doctor went missing?
So with a laser's feelings. So this is interesting because as you're looking around, you don't see like from the readings on the doors and as you like sort of scramble up the sort of like tilted hallway like on all fours but for balance, not because you're injured or anything, it's just that it's severely tilted. The doors don't seem to have been entered forcefully. However, you do get the feeling that FiAiO wouldn't leave without good reason. And they're not the kind who does the exploring first thing. That's sort of your job. So the doors weren't forced open, but something definitely encouraged FiAiO to leave rather than them going of their own free will.
Okay. And the atmosphere outside?
The atmosphere outside seems like, I'll say this, it's definitely not Earth standard. So, obviously, because you're among a whole bunch of different people, there are different standards of grades of what's in the air. Some humanoids have like Zilbraxian standard as part of their ships. I'm going to say that this isn't Earth standard. So there are parts of the atmosphere that are different from Earth. But I am going to say it's not outright dangerous if you take off your helmet for, say, an hour. It's just like if you take off your helmet for an extended period of time, it might make you feel kind of woozy. But like if your helmet breaks, you'll have time to get back into the ship before anything negative would happen.
All right. I will call out to the crew and say, prepare some extra oxygen. We have a wayward doctor to find.
Where would the oxygen be?
Right, sounds like a plan. I want to go find the oxygen.
All right. Once again, that's going to be a lasers thing because FiAiO is extremely rigid about where everything goes.
I'm
So,
going to help because I know I'm rubbish at this.
all right. So, you get an extra d6 on top of your normal d6, but I'm going to say you're neither prepared nor an expert. Most of the time, this is FiAiO's thing. So, you get 2d6.
That's fair. All right. I got 1, and then I got my number. So laser feeling.
I'm gonna say, actually, considering that's a 1, I know that gnats don't normally work because instead we have laser feelings, but you can ask me 2 questions.
Really? Ooh. Oh, dang.
And also, by the way, you definitely do find the oxygen because you got a double success.
Would I have any intuition of what could have happened to FeAlo? Where they could have gone?
So it seems like from the way that Kent was looking at the charts and then looking at the doors, you know him well enough to say they probably went outside. You don't have the intuition that he does, except for the fact that he said we have a healer to find, that anything's gone wrong with that in particular, because he's the one that's been looking. But you are a soldier. You also get the same vibe that they wouldn't leave on their own. To give you something new, well, let me, for a moment, ask FiAiO rather than you guys. My dearest FiAiO, do you have a tracking system?
Yeah, they're an android. They probably have one built in.
So I will say that you remember that they have a tracking system as your little bonus for that first question.
Nice. Should I go ahead and ask the second question, or should I go ahead and act on that?
You get to pick, my dear friend. Just know if you act on it, I will make sure that everybody gets the chance to act before you ask your second question. So actually, probably that means you should ask your second question now and then you can act on it.
Okay. I wanted to ask, how is the captain's pod looking in the crash?
So you would have to go find it, but the oxygen tanks are in the same room as the med bay for good reason. So you sort of look at it, and Captain Darcy looks undisturbed. His dark brown skin doesn't show any sheen of sweat or so forth. The cool blue tint of the med pod is 100% stable. It's not flickering. He looks both safely healing and safely contained for now.
All right. I'm going to go find the tracking system.
All right. Before you do that, we have oxygen tanks, everybody. What's the rest of you doing?
Well, I was helping to find the oxygen tanks, so once we found them, I probably, took one.
Very good.
And then, and then I go back to Kent to talk to him about, what we should be doing here, because as much as I love, going to new places,
So you cut out there.
I'm not really good at planning.
It's always good to admit to your friends and delegates that you have a gap in your best practices.
While I am quite good at planning, there's no need. And he'll whip out his space phone and try and call the doctor.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Hang on, I'm thinking. So I'm gonna say it rings for a while, and then you hear, "Hello, who this? No phone, who this?"
Oh, this is Kent Matrix. This is not our doctor.
Hello. Oh, you were with this ship. You are very stupid. You didn't buckle up. Very, very silly.
I tried, but there wasn't a lot of time.
Oh, well, if this person who is with us and awake is your doctor, you can find us where the skies turn green. Thank you. Have a good day, sir. Click.
Before they hang up, you hear in the background, "This is the last time I let you go searching for space bees."
If he got the chance, Kent would say, "No, it is not."
What the heck is all the talk about space bees?
Okay, so before we crashed, Kent Matrix here came in and shouted loudly about bees, and that seemed really interesting. And then he said starboard, so I just kind of turned us all starboard.
Let me get this straight. You heard him say bees
Yes,
in space,
yes,
and then he said turn starboard,
yes,
and then you did.
yes, yes.
Oh
That's
my gosh.
exactly what happened. What?
I had a dream of glorious battle, as well as bees.
I'm gonna go find some weapons, and he's gonna walk out and go find.
Okay, roll me 3d6, but no, you don't roll me 3d6. Roll me a luck die.
Which is 1d6?
No, 1d2.
Oh, that's right. 2.
So it's not one of the caches that was mysteriously raided. You totally find your weapons and you sort of like stock up. So while everyone has their variable beam phase pistol, you also have, let's say, one more thing so that you're not incredibly overpowered, but you tell me what it does.
I kind of wanted to do something like in melee range, maybe like a knife of some sort. But
Space knives, very
space
important.
knife.
You've got the
Where it's like-
thermoblade from Subnautica.
Exactly.
Ooh.
So it has like
Instantly
a laser edge, combat knife-ish.
Go
So-
ahead and write that down if you've got a like sheet in heavy quotation marks.
Probably
knife.
put it in player discussion.
Yeah, that sounds great. You can even put it in the game zone. It's not a secret. Mock, I wanted to suggest a space base, but they get to pick.
Can I? Oh no! Wait. Oh no! Space mace is amazing, but space knife. All right, so
Go ahead and put it in the game zone. You don't have to hide it. I know, Mock. I swear, I'm gonna find some way to incorporate a space mace into something.
We'll find a space mace, Mark. We'll find one.
If we cannot find one, we'll make one.
Exactly.
With my trusty can of space mace right here.
Yes. Oh, should we hide the ship?
Does the cloaking still work?
Everyone who knows about where the ship landed will notice, even if we activate the cloaking device, the giant hole it made.
Oh.
It could be a meteorite.
Yeah, that could definitely be a meteor. Could
That they
definitely
walk
be a meteor. Yes. Okay, I see your point.
I would like to point out that the local fauna already knows where the ship is because they took me from the ship.
Well, not necessarily all of the local fauna. To be fair, there's one group that says, "Hello, you stupid," but you don't know how many ranges of species there are on this planet. It might still be a good idea.
Could be so many. On my planet, we have at least 13.
we know our doctor is alive and well, and just as surly as ever. Well,
Did that happen over the phone call before they clicked?
no, that was. I'm telling the rest of the crew.
No, you know what? That's canon.
FiAiO.
That's canon. Y'all had this whole conversation before they said, okay, if you want to find this person who is part of your crew, find the place where the sky is green, click.
Oh, was that still on?
Okay.
Let's I guess I'll you two following me?
Hold on the tracking system.
I still kind of want to cloak the ship before we leave.
Sure.
In all
It's
seriousness.
your baby. The raptor is your baby, okay?
Yes. I don't want anyone to come invade my baby anymore.
So the captain's really out of it, right?
They're in a space med pod that's sort of like as out of it as you can get for everyone's safety. It's basically like a medical coma.
If I try and open it, it won't start waking him up immediately, right?
Hey, bud, do you remember at the beginning of the session?
That's a bad idea.
Don't do that.
I just want to get something out of his pocket.
Do you remember what I said at the beginning of the session?
Don't do that!
I would have emptied his pockets before putting him in the pod.
Oh, okay. I'll just get the little the fob.
The key fob.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Collect the key fob, and once we step out of the ship, just hit the lock button. Cloaking device turns on.
Yes. I do want to be clear, you guys. I would have said, do you remember what I said at the session one more time? And then I would have allowed D into the med bay captain's medical chamber. I would rule of 3, and then I would have allowed it. Just in case y'all need to know exactly how far you need to, how long it takes before you really need to convince somebody to not do something dangerous. If it's really, really obvious, I will rule of 3 it, and then I will in fact allow it.
Oh boy.
Hey, sometimes the hot shot doesn't think ahead.
Okay, so the ship is now cloaked. Your healer is evidently still alive. And they told you to look where the sky was green. Only one of you is going to actually know what the heck that's even possibly referencing. What do you all do?
Which one of us wants to follow the tracker?
I would.
Oh, right, the tracker. I was just gonna go off of my very great direction sense.
I mean, that's also my plan, but if we have a tracker, we can combine these things.
That's true. That's true.
The power of them combined.
With all our powers combined, we might get somewhere.
Oh, you'll get somewhere no matter what you do.
We're already somewhere.
That's the question.
Sulfur volcano. Sulfur volcano.
Okay, so what are you guys going to be doing? You rolling lasers? You rolling feelings? You all combining and working together?
I think I'd want to work together.
Yes.
Sure.
So, if we're gonna go off of my direction sense, I'll roll feelings, but if we're gonna go off of the tracker, someone else should roll lasers.
I can roll lasers.
And I'm just gonna say that you can stack how much you're willing to help. So as many people as want to can help.
Oh, I'm going to help.
Alright, so am I... What? How many dice do you want me to roll for me being the explorer?
So you, first of all, exist, so you get 1 dice. You get 2 extra from having 2 helpers. I'm gonna say that from doing this from your rolls before. You are prepared and you're an expert. So that's 5 dice to roll against your number. And you're rolling feelings? No, lasers?
Lasers.
Okay. So 5 dice that you want to get under your number.
Hey.
All succeed, 2 laser feelings.
Heck
So
yeah.
you get to ask me 2 questions as you go along your way.
What is the biggest danger we might face on a planet like this?
So you're consulting your oxygen readings, and you're following the tracking device, and you just find that this seems like a very active planet in the way that planets are active, which means the tectonic plates are really sort of unstable. So you can't tell exactly where you are on the planet's fault lines. So you notice as you continue on, you're sort of going up higher towards a mountain range. And that's a dangerous sign when you're on a place with unstable tectonic reactions. So if you're not counting the inhabitants, which you've only heard the voice of, I would say there's probably some instability in the ground and world itself.
Agent Washington?
Yeah?
No explosives.
Fine.
Aw,
No explosions.
the
Oh,
disappointment.
Save them
I
for
love you
later.
guys. I'm going to draw all of you.
We need designs for these. I want to draw them so bad.
yeah. I'll draw Cecil later.
And
I
then
can't believe how lovable you guys have become. It's been like half an hour? I don't know. I should not be counting time because I will clearly be proven wrong when people look at the timestamp. But
Hour.
I love you guys.
It's been an hour.
This group is great and I love it.
I love this group so much already.
Oh yeah.
Okay, back in serious mode. What is your second question?
is there anything that we could, like any animals that we might be able to ride to hasten our journey, any shortcuts we might be able to take, any way to just get to our destination quicker?
I'm going to say, interestingly, animals not so much. Like, you see some small forest fauna that don't seem inclined to approach you. You do see that there is life, but it seems to be on a rather small scale. There are a couple things that you could maybe ride, but they're very, very skittish. And you sort of like, as you look around and remember what you learned about how unstable the planet is, you realize that this planet is much less of a prey predator planet. It's very much of a can you stay away from where the active zones are planet. So there actually isn't a whole bunch of things that have evolved to grow big. There's a whole bunch of things that have evolved to grow fast. If that makes sense.
That does make sense.
On the other hand, as you're sort of looking around, you see like there's instructions to you just have a direct line from where you are to where the tracking system is. So as you sort of scout around, you do find that there's like ways that you can like go up the volcano, but then find a plateau where it's easier to walk for all of you humanoids, and then like skirt back up the volcano and then find another straightaway that you can walk. So I'm going to say that you get up the volcano much faster than you could have. I should have said mountain. I apologize. I have ruined my ploy.
Volcano!
Sulfur volcano.
Volcano.
Volcano!
All right. Anyone else want to?
And I will mention one other thing. There are some things that are on the ground. Many things, obviously, are flight focused. So there are some insects here and there, and you just notice that, like, if you set Earth as your mental standard, a lot of things are small, a lot of things are fast. And although there are things that are like two-legged, four-legged, four-legged is more common. There's like some seven-legged stuff out there. We don't talk about those. Many things are flight-focused as well as being speed-focused. You catch a lot of things that look something like hummingbird.
Wow.
Hummingbirds.
My 3 eyes are really wide as I just watch all of the bugs. Oh, these are so cool!
Be careful not to fall off that cliff. You will die.
Oh, there's a cliff there.
Yep, you almost walked right off of it.
Can I grab the back of Cecil's like suit and like pull him back?
Yes. Roll laser. You're not prepared, but you're probably an expert at this, considering how often Cecil does this. And if anybody wants to help, you'll also get another.
With the warning, that should help.
Yeah. So what is that? 3d6.
Let's see. One from existing, one from being an expert, and one from helping. Yes, that would be 3d6.
That's 1 success and 2 laser focuses.
Laser. You guys just picked really good numbers, apparently.
I'm just the feelings guy.
Jesus Christ, guys, come on.
None of us know how to feel it except for Cecil.
Making me look bad.
So first of all, you succeed, and also you don't have to roll anything before you get finally to FiAiO. RJ, I'm so sorry that I accidentally decided to silence you for a while. But secondly, you also get to ask me 2 questions because you guys have your feelings all over the place.
Laser feelings.
Okay, so with my previous combat training, I'm expecting that I would have gone to planets like this in fights. Would I know a good way to like keep us out of trouble, like survival instincts kicking in, keep us out of trouble, keep us away from danger, like just stay on the alert?
So first of all, you know, going up a mountain is a bad idea, and I'm just gonna make you guys forget I said volcano earlier, because this is where you would learn about the possibility that it's a volcano. Shush, don't worry about it. It totally happened in this order, not that order. Don't worry about it. So you don't know the readings that are being tracked, but you're right. You've trained everywhere. You've trained places like this and mountains in places like this, where the air sort of tastes sulfury, even through the filters of your suit, and where there aren't actually a lot of things that are big, which often means it isn't really safe to evolve big. And other cues that you like can't even name, you just know from how extensively you trained as a soldier. It tells you that this is probably not a mountain. This is probably a volcano. And right now, it's inactive, but that does not mean a dang thing when it comes to planets like this. You want to be you want to keep the crew on alert that they might have to get to the ship and go.
Oh.
All right, no mountains. That thing not safe. We need to find the doctor and get out of here as soon as we can.
The bad news is the doctor's on the mountain.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's where the tracking device is leading you. And you found a pretty efficient route, so they might not expect you yet, which is great if you want to ambush, but as much as you want to avoid the mountain, you're at the bottom of the mountain like, no, come on, please. The doctor's not really up there. The doctor is up the mountain.
Of course.
Well, obviously, what we need to do is we need to march up there and woo them into giving our dear doctor back.
Please tell me the recording picked up whoever whispered, okay, as soon as you finish that sentence.
I hope
because
so.
Nothing delights me more.
Alright.
All right, you have one more question. I will say try to make it a short one because we've been at this for a while and poor RJ has been left with nothing to do.
It's cool, don't worry about it.
RJ's just sitting
All right,
back and listening to the rest of the crew be chaotic.
Alright, you said we already found an efficient route. So, did you say, like, we had an efficient route up the mountain? Or just to get to the mountain?
You have an efficient route up the mountain. That's what the
Okay.
like finding plateaus helps with humanoid bodies.
Okay. Honestly, like, I don't want to, like, miss out on a question, but I don't really have anything right now, and I don't want to, like, waste time until we get back to RJ, because I really don't have another question.
Okay. Well then, let's go ahead and say, right down in the game zone, you have advantage/luck on something.
Cryptid.
Neat.
Nice.
And in the meantime, we actually will go back to RJ.
Yay.
RJ, how have you sort of been handling the fact that you were let's say encouraged off the ship, and then when encouragement didn't work, they did sort of like shoot one of the circuit breakers and make it explode with something that was clearly electrical, so they were kind of threatening you and sort of lead you up this mountain and are demanding, like asking words but still holding up the little pistols that you go somewhere and get something, and they're all sort of crowding around you. How do you handle this?
FiAiO's constant inner monologue is just, why the hell did I sign up to agree on this ship? Nothing has gone right. Our captain is in a pod having been possessed by some kind of psychic force. We crash landed because our pilot's a dumbass, and now I'm being kidnapped by a space hive mind. Where did I go wrong? What did I do to deserve this? They just have the most unimpressed expression you could ever imagine on a robot, and it's a really good thing that they have full human-ish features, because you can really see the god damn it in their expression.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay,
If you want a visual representation, here you go, because I just finished making this.
Yes!
Yes! Oh my god, yes!
I love them. I adore
I love
them.
them so much.
So let me ask you, are you complying now that they've got you here and they're still obviously holding their electric focus guns at you, or are you sort of done now that you know that your crewmates are coming? Probably. They are idiots though, so like you can't trust them too much.
Am I being continue to move someplace, or are we just sat someplace?
They are trying to get you someplace. So they've sort of come to their hub, and the time has come for me to explain what they look like. These guys are about, they're less than a pinky long. They are fuzzy with 3 sections to their bodies. They have sort of hexagonal eyes, which have a repeating pattern of the shape across their eyes. They have little mouth mandibles, and they are black and yellow. Guess what, guys? I lied. These are not things that look like space bees. They are space bees.
We got some bee boys.
We got the bees.
Bees?
And they all have completely different tones of voice, so you can tell that this is the actual literal version of a hive mind rather than the sort of imagining that some people have of a hive mind being a queen telling people what to do. That is a human concept that is superimposed upon bees. The way that a hive mind actually works is that there is a whole bunch of different people who are sort of linked in intelligence, and they all relate to each other, but they are not beholden to one certain huge figurehead. They all work together and sort of synthesize the information that they need. So that was a fun little explanation of what an actual hive mind is. If you want an example of what a hive mind is that you can relate to clearly, the internet is something of a hive mind. And with that nice little educational lesson out of the way, as every single sci-fi show needs to have a single explanation of something that is actually science. With that explanation out of the way, they seem to be now have gone from taking you to where they live, which is very it's pretty rocky. There are like holes where the bees come in and out. I'm calling them bees now because they're just space bees. They're bees, okay? And I want to mention they are extremely cute. I know this will not pierce your heart, but they are pretty dang cute. And they have gone from taking you up places, which is all fine and good. They now seem to be trying to usher you into a sort of hole in the mountain, and they seem to be like trying to pressure you really hard, like they don't want to continue pressuring you after you go in. How are you taking that? Especially
I'm gonna sit on a rock. I'm gonna sit on a rock and I'm gonna cross my arms and I'm gonna go, you know what? No. Sometimes you just have to decide, what am I willing to put up with today? Not this.
Yes, you really ought to pick. Did we mention that we have guns? We really do have guns.
I don't
a lot of guns,
care if you have guns. You are bees. You are space bees, and I am made of metal and weigh like 400 pounds.
Well, yeah, but we can't go in there because it's too hot. And listen, you won't melt too bad. You won't melt too bad. He won't melt too bad. Are we sure he won't melt too bad? Oh, yes, we're absolutely sure. Because the melting point of his metal is how he's going to, and the melting point of what's actually in there is everybody knows that. Of course they do, Karen. Karen.
I am made of tungsten carbide, which has a melting point of 5,200 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes, and it's lower in there. Did you not hear our calculations? Oh, these people are so self-centered. They don't even listen and make the number calculations in their head. Can you believe it? I can believe it. People are totally like that.
Can I just get up and walk away? Can I just get up and walk away while they're arguing amongst themselves?
So I'm afraid the answer is no, because if you try to walk away, they do make a warning shot. And it's like, I want to be clear, it's not like one big gun that all of them are carrying. Several of them are carrying bee-sized guns that are able to shoot massive electricity bolts. But they're like, hey, maybe if we talk to him, he'll understand. People need to be talked to. Yes, Karen. Not everyone's a hive mind, Karen. They're like, wait, we need you no, he sort of crash landed into our planet, so we didn't exactly ask, but we do have these guns. Guns are very important. Guns are not very important. It's what you do with the gun that matters, Karen. I'm sorry, I made myself laugh. I should not have done this. Oh boy, I need to collect myself. I have to continue.
FiAiO is currently pulling a Picard double facepalm as they're sat on this rock listening to these bees argue amongst themselves.
Okay. They say, oh, wait, okay. Listen, mate. And they shoot off another warning shot, and they're like, okay, that was warning, but listen, mate. We don't want to hurt you. Listen, if we had wanted to hurt you, we would have hurt you on the ship, right? We want you to help us so that we can help you, okay? Okay.
And you couldn't have started with this instead of marching me all the way out here first?
Well, you're the only one.
I'm a doctor, not an engineer.
Well, yeah, but listen. You were the only android among the crew, and we only needed an android. If you had talked to all the other people, then they might have had really bad ideas. So we just wanted to make sure that you were here so that you would have only the curated ideas that we've already figured out. We figured out how this is going to work, and it's going to be amazing. Listen, buddy, we got this, okay? So we need to bond with some void crystals, which are down that way, which won't melt you. Listen, if we can get those void crystals, we can sort of help stabilize the planet because we've got technology. And then if we can help stabilize the planet, we won't have to run around every single time a mountain decides to go crazy. Listen. We need you because you're the first android who's ever landed on this planet to go get those because it's way too hot for us and we will not melt, we will combust. So listen. We help you help us. It's a good deal. We just need to get you away from the other guys. So yeah, we sort of exploded your communications console. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Oh, for fuck's sake, we just fixed that. Come on.
I mean, if a single blast exploded, I think you've got something wrong with the wires, because it wasn't supposed to explode. It was just supposed to temporarily disable it.
Our ship is a jury-rigged duct tape piece of crap.
Yeah, that's a problem. You should look into that.
Off in the distance, Cecil's like, my baby's not a piece of crap.
And I will mention that the bees all that. You remember how I mentioned there were insects on the planet?
Mm-hmm.
So the bees have sort of made it through the hive mind, and the bees are like, okay, listen, your buddies are coming to save you. We'll let them do that. All you gotta do is get us the void crystals, and we'll all be Gucci. Listen. Don't worry about how we know internet lingo. Listen, Karen researched internet lingo because Karen decided that Karen wanted to figure out all the sorts of things about everybody else before we were ready to be known among the big worlds and all of the Galactic Federation and stuff. Karen! Karen's really curious. Okay.
Can I insight check the bees?
Let me ask. Would you laser insight or would you feelings insight? Because I think that would be feelings.
It probably is a feelings check, yeah. God, how many dice do I get for that?
I'll give you 2 dice because you probably are prepared at this point, considering it's an internet comics section. But
God damn it!
You are absolutely not expert on this. Feelings.
I don't read the bees.
It's an internet comment section, man. You can't.
Yeah.
It's trolls, okay? You
That's no successes, by the way.
That's a failure.
Have you ever in your life tried to extrapolate the actual intention of a troll internet comment from a single comment? Because it's that.
Oh no.
Oh.
You get the feeling they do want you to go into the hold and let the hole and bring out the void crystals, which apparently are in there. You don't even know if that's true. They might be trying to just cave you in that hole. You don't know. They definitely want you in the hole in the mountain, which is probably definitely a volcano. And they definitely want to keep you away from your crew. So it's like you sort of get the feeling that they actually are genuine, but it's garbled through so much internet speech you can't tell why. You don't even know what a Gucci is.
FiAiO is just like, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve anything that's happening right now. I'm getting a headache just from listening to you. Can I have my stuff back first before I go in this hole?
What, the communicator that we borrowed when your buddies tried to call you up? They're idiots, by the way. They're real stupid.
I'm aware.
Listen, man, after we sort of like figure all this out and like get the void crystals and stabilize our planet, we'd like help join the Galactic Federation. We can like cut a deal so that you can live with us instead of with them. We have pretty decent technology. We sort of built our way up. We sort of had to get rid of all the homophobia and disgusting stuff that we were doing before because we were idiots. But we've gotten better now, and it seems like they're kind of behind, if you know what I mean.
You have no idea how much I want to take you up on that offer. But I'm like 90% sure if I leave those morons to their own devices, they'll blow themselves up.
Would that be so bad, though? Like natural selection, man. We don't. Karen taught us about
I'm a
selection.
healer. I swore an oath to do no harm. And the first law of robotics is that by action or inaction, I cannot allow a human to come to harm. So my hands are tied either way.
You want to like hire a replacement? Maybe, I don't know, maybe one of those human people that Karen's always talking about? It seems like they sort of pack bond with their crew and like they could worry about it.
Oh no, adding more humans to this crew would just up the chaos. That's a terrible idea.
And they sort of like think for a moment, and you can like literally see the thought patterns like dissolving through the group, and they're like, "Yeah, okay, fair. That probably would be worse, not better." And so like, okay, but listen, you, if you go through, we'll join your Galactic Federation Star Trek thingamahoozy, and you'll have a gold star patch because it's all on you. Your crew didn't do nothing, but you can stay with your crew. You just gotta go into the hole and get us the void crystals that we can't, because we'll die if we try to go in there. Believe me, we tried.
Can I see my crew yet?
I'm marching right up there because I heard someone call my baby garbage.
I'm going to say yes, specifically because they got not one but two speed successes, speed in quotation marks. So I'm going to say yes, you started to see them, and they now see that you are being harassed by bees? Bees?
Do I have
Oh my god, they're adorable!
Do I have my communicator on me? Did I get that back?
They did give that back. You don't know if there's anything else they took off you, because it was like sort of a flurry when they took the communicator. Like all of them sort of converged on you, and then like one of them sort of flew off to answer the phone call just a little bit away, just like out of arm's reach. And yes, it was kind of ridiculous because it was like a single bee holding an entire communicator. You do get the feeling these guys are pretty strong, actually.
Do I have my, it's not a phaser, variable phase pistol?
I'm gonna say when you look around, you actually don't. You don't get the feeling that they like threw it away, but they're sort of like when they move, there's like individual sections, but then there's also like clumps of them, which are like in pretty big clumps. And again, that's sort of how sometimes the information sort of phases through. Like you can see a clump sort of vibrate as they think about something.
Can I have my pistol back?
You gonna shoot us? I know we threatened to shoot you.
I'm
but
not gonna shoot you. Can I have my pistol back?
You're gonna have to roll feelings for that, buddy.
Son
And I
of a
promise
bitch.
after this, I'll let the whole party join in. I just want to give RJ a little bit of
How many dice?
I'm gonna say again D2 because you're just not an expert at this whole feeling stuff.
That's one success.
One success. You barely manage it. Here's what I'll say. I'll say one clump does come forward and does give you back your pistol. But in exchange, they all sort of leveled their tiny, tiny guns at you. And with this, the entire crew comes closer and sees that several groups of these bees have all of their guns pointed at you. What, everyone, do you do? This is your complication, by the way.
I immediately hold my hands up and go, whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm just putting my gun away. I just wanted it back.
Whoa.
They still have their guns labeled at you, and now are like looking at the other one, like the other party group, like, whoa, wait, that was too fast. They definitely should not have gotten here that fast.
Hello there, friends. I'm Kent Matrix. It's good to meet you. I believe you have our doctor over there. We would like that back.
No, we need him. Listen, it's very important. Very important.
Okay,
You can't interrupt this. Listen, don't listen to them.
Calm
Don't
down.
listen to them. They
Calm
are
down.
idiots.
I didn't
Listen to
know
us,
it was
buddy. We're your
possible for an
friends.
android to get a tension headache.
And yes, like an internet comment section, they did talk over you. Now,
Everyone calm down.
As the DM, I apologize and would like for you guys to repeat that so I can hear that.
FiAiO just mused aloud. I didn't know it was possible for androids to get tension headaches.
And I was just doing the, okay, come on, let's everybody stop talking all at once sort of thing.
I'm gonna say, for the moment, the bees don't talk. You'll have to convince them to be quiet. But FiAiO, that they are trying to convince you, go down the hole, don't listen to your party, it'll be okay, we're not trying to hurt you. But they do also still have their electric guns pointed at you. So you're sort of getting mixed signals.
Can I hear that?
I'm gonna say at this point, yes, you can. But also know that there are bees in between you and your medic.
All right. Well, lucky for you guys, I am universe-renowned explorer Kent Matrix.
Who cares?
God.
I'm also wearing a
No.
spacesuit that can survive direct exposure to a sun.
Yeah, that's not special. We know that.
Is it
Listen,
hot
buddy,
down in the
you're
hole?
the only one who's an android. You gotta work with us. Come on, buddy. Come on.
Wait. It's hot in the hole, right?
It's a volcano. You'd be walking right into lava. They're probably correct in that I'm the only person who can survive it.
It's not the heat on the outside, it's the heat on the inside.
Hmm.
We've already calculated this, losers.
Okay, well, how about we all calm down and just talk this out? Maybe we could just talk this through. Why do you need our medic to go do this? Because we definitely need him to be with us.
So, I regret to inform you guys that Cecil has just asked an internet comment section.
Oh no.
Why?
no.
Should
And
I
for
roll diplomacy? Because that's what he's trying.
No.
Go ahead and roll feelings. Anybody who wants to help may, but just know what you've done.
FiAiO has their head in their hands again.
Does anyone else want to help me?
While everyone's getting whipped up into a frenzy, can I just try and go in the hole?
Oh my god, okay. I guess I'm doing
Can I-
this all by myself. But,
I'll help.
Okay, so I will give you 3 dice. 1 for you exist, 1 for you're an expert at this because your feelings. I will not give you the prepared, but someone is offering to help. So that's 3 dice for feelings.
Okay. Let's see. Feelings is over. So I got a 1 laser feelings, 1 success, and 1 failure.
Okay, with 2 successes, you do it just fine. With a laser feeling, you get to ask me a question. So they start slowing down, and they will especially start slowing down if FiAiO is serious and does in fact start going into the hole. But we'll wait on that for 1 second. You get to ask me a question.
So I want to know if they're really going to just let our medic go into the hole, get this thing for them, and come back out.
I'm gonna say something funny. I'm gonna say you've been on internet comment sections before. You're a pilot. There are low times. You sort of know how mob mentality works on a very, very general sense of like actually getting a vibe check rather than like what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say from the way that these people are, these beings are reacting, you sort of get the feeling that the only reason they're keeping you back is because they really want FiAiO to do what they're suggesting. I'm gonna say you sort of don't get the feeling there'll be negative repercussions. They're just like aiming their guns because they're trying to use absolutely everything that they have to convince FiAiO to do what they're begging for. People.
People.
So the people really need what's in there, and no one but our medic can do it because our medic is an android.
Yes, it's very hot in there. We don't want you to spontaneously combust because that would violate the android rules. Number 1, it's the law of robotics, Karen.
It's okay.
You're supposed to know everything about humans, and you don't even know that, Karen.
It's okay. It's all right.
And they're like, listen, we can't go into the hole because we're small, and the heat will literally kill us. And instead of doing the long several generations project of figuring out a way to insulate ourselves, if we can just get this android who we've already calculated can do this safely, won't hurt them at all, if we can just get this android that is part of your crew to do this and not be convinced not to do this by you schmucks, if we can just get them to do this, we'll be like several generations ahead and be able to join the Federation or whatever you guys want so that we can just get the void crystals and make sure that our planet is more stabilized.
Okay. How about you just, you put the guns away and I'll talk to him, all right?
No, they have to do this now. You might convince them they won't do this.
I want to convince him to do it now. Back up. I want to convince him to do it now, but you have to put your guns away, all right?
I'm gonna say you're actually gonna have to roll again because you're asking them to do something that they're directly trying to avoid. That's a little more.
What's the worst they can do? Shoot me?
Yes, and then you're going to turn off, and then they're going to be very upset, right? And I wink at.
I'm so annoyed that you think I don't have internal electrical protection.
You're going to turn off
Android,
if they shoot you. Wink, wink, wink. Come on.
I'm not a Mark IV. My internal protections aren't that shoddy. I can take a blast of electricity. It's not that bad.
Oh my gosh.
So, how many dice should I roll while I'm arguing with Fee about this?
So let me ask, is anybody helping you?
Is anybody helping me convince these bees to put their guns away?
Dang!
As much as I
Wow.
hate to admit it, this will not be solved by fighting.
FiAiO was gonna help you, and then you insinuated that their internal workings was so shoddy they'd be taken out by a single blast of electricity, and now they're just perturbed and annoyed.
Oh my god. So I've got one person helping.
That's one person! Okay, so another 3 dice. Because
I'm an expert at this.
you have to do this a lot.
2 failures and 1 laser Felix.
Oh my god.
Okay.
1 success.
So if one of your dice succeeds, you barely manage it. Yeah, before I get into that, ask me your question.
So these crystals, are they going to actually do what these bees think they're going to do?
So void crystals are like fuel. If you'll remember way back when you guys were figuring out your ship, one of the things that other ships have problems with is they can be fuel hogs, which always need energy crystals. Obviously, the Raptor is not among those ships because the Raptor is better than those ships.
Oh, yes, of course.
But there are different levels of how powerful energy crystals are. Void crystals are much more powerful than some things that you can get on the market. They're not like the highest end, but you sort of see that they have these energy phasers. And you've been a pilot long enough, you've been to different planets, you can see that these people already have some power. And you can tell the void crystals will help them get more power, more renewable power, at less of a cost. You get the feeling, since they're not trying to like dismantle FiAiO and like use their body armor, they don't actually have a lot of it, so it's not like a mining resource. It's literally just there's this one concentration which they can't get access to.
Okay.
And what I will say is the complication is they all turn their guns away from FiAiO. All of them. There's not a gun pointed at FiAiO. They are all pointed at you with hushed whispering that you can no longer decipher anymore.
All right. Well, that's much better. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Can you just go in there and get their fuel for them? That's all they want.
We've been telling you this since the beginning. Jeez, these guys never listen. They don't even calculate numbers from one translation system to another. Can you believe it? Shut up, Karen. You don't even know the laws of animatronics. It's laws of robotics.
In the interest of getting the fuck off this planet. Sure.
Thank you.
So, Kent Matrix and Agent Washington. Everyone is currently pointing their weapons at Cecil. Do you do a dang thing?
Oh, I've been trying to get around them to go in the hole.
That's who was trying to get into the hole.
Oh, that wasn't FiAiO? Okay.
No, that was Kent.
Roll
Sorry.
Roll feelings. You get 1d6. So here's the bad news, gang. I'm going to say that you've been trying so long, you're now prepared, and you're an expert at getting into places you should not. So that's 3d6 versus your feelings.
Do I notice him doing this?
And can I say that I've been using the conversation as a distraction?
Yes, which also means no, you haven't been noticing him doing this. I would like to apologize. I legit thought that it was FiAiO that was trying to get into the hole. That was on me.
Holy crap, 3 successes.
Jesus Christ.
My number's 4.
Fuck.
That is
The one time we get
amazing.
Well, it's a good thing the medic's gonna follow you when you inevitably collapse from heat stroke in there.
If 3 dice succeed, you get a critical success. I get to give you an extra effect. But the thing is, guys, these people have been calculating this for a while, and they just adjusted the calculations for you guys. This planet is built for small things that can move fast. You are a humanoid thing that moves long term rather than fast. They specifically calculated and determined that none of you schmucks could do this. So you get into the hole, and it's really kind of hot in here. And I am scrambling to give you an extra effect because I did outright tell you you can't do this.
What about the space? The uniform is a spacesuit. It's meant for spacewalks. Can it survive extreme heat?
That doesn't protect you from volcano heat.
What
it's
if?
based on the radiation.
You would need a specialized
inside.
suit for that.
What if the suit had a force field that we did not know about? Snail.
Hang on, give me a second. I still have to emotionally get over this.
So,
Okay, hang on. Actually, wait a second. Kent, you're the one who went in, right?
yeah.
The explorer.
Okay, Hart, thank you for saving me, because it's not standard issues with suits. It's just not. However, an explorer who's a hotshot sure seems like the type who would install a unregulation instant force field that can temporarily withstand quite a bit. You did get 3 successes and 1 laser feelings, so you get to ask me something, but I am...
Oh, it was just 3 successes, no laser feeling.
I'm so sorry. I am so very sorry. I literally just woke up. I thought I set my alarm, but it wasn't there, and I'm...
It's okay, Noah.
You're fine, Noah.
We're going on a space adventure instead.
Oh, a space event. Okay, what's going on?
Hey, Noah, do you want to be a space bee?
Okay.
All right, hang on, time out. Noah, do you need a second?
I literally just got out of bed. Hold on. Can you... What the fuck? I just see I got mentioned like 17 million different times, and I know some of that was for y'all, like, hey, Noah, get up. And again, I am so sorry about that.
It's alright.
It's okay. I'm sorry, I was threatening to throw in a whole bunch of the characters you sent for into the game just to get you to get up.
What's it? I see there. I see.
Noah, do you want to just listen in? If you mute your mic, we can go ahead and finish this. We're like right at the end of this adventure.
I would love to join in. I can do that. I just, yeah, you know how I'm gonna be. I got it. I can do this. It'll help me wake up anyway.
Okay. So the adventure has gone that you're not actually. The rest of the gang is part of a 4-part crew who normally has a captain that rallies them. I'm going to say, for convenience's sake, you are with me, the DM. Part of the obstacle, it's not exactly enemy. You with me are a space bee. So here's the thing. We have had a multi-generational plan that will take several more generations to get our unstable planet, as in tectonically unstable, volcanoes happen quite a bit, to the place where it is more stable so that we don't have to move around and we can sort of join galactic
The
the galactic
consortium.
collective
The consortium.
just as like our improvement thing. We are part of a hive mind, so information sort of gets filtered through all of us.
Okay.
But it's not the sort of like typical hive mind where like there's a queen. That's a human idea. It's just information gets sorted out among us because we like sort of share a brain.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's like we all understand the same things, we all see the same things, but we are all individuals.
Exactly. Yes, the best explanation I've ever heard of a hive mind is it's basically the internet, which also includes an internet group chat and YouTube comment section. All individual people, all curating information.
Okay.
And right now, what we have figured out is that this spaceship just crash landed on our planet because Cecil is the alien pilot, and they were distracted. Let's just say
he was trying to figure out all the things the captain usually does, because he usually just flies the plane on his instincts alone. And there's a lot more to flying the ship than just flying the ship.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
And all of the other crewmates, except for one, are humanoids. I have not made the decision for anybody that they are humans. Y'all can be whatever you want to be. I'm just saying you have 2 legs and 2 arms. Mostly. You could even have 4 arms if you want.
Camp Matrix is a psychic cyborg.
Heck yeah.
Love that.
So here's the thing. When the hive mind went onto the ship, we were able to bypass the lock because we do have some technology. But when we went in, everybody who was humanoid was unconscious, and there was an android. And we were able to pick up from our readings that this android could withstand heat that no one else in the ship could. We have an energy source that's inside a hole in a volcano that has been a multi-generational project. It's the multi-generational project I've talked about before. If this android would literally just get us those void crystals, this would put the project ahead several generations because we just weren't heat resistant. So we might have pointed our guns at it some, but we've been trying to convince this android, please, 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 literally just go in, get the void crystals, and bring them out to us. But we sort of determined that since most of these people weren't buckled up when they crashed, they're kind of stupid. You know, the way that group chats determine that somebody's just stupid, so like don't even listen to them. Like they're like, that person's a troll, don't even acknowledge. So we're just 100% determined. Get FiAiO, the android, into the hole to bring us back some void crystals, and keep everybody else just away from them so that they don't suggest really stupid things. The twist that has just happened is Kent Matrix, the hotshot explorer, has just gone into the hole, which, again, we've been very carefully calculating this for a long time. We've determined they shouldn't be able to make it. And then they got 3 successes. So I, as the DM, have to give them an extra special effect, even though I've been trying to establish FiAiO is the only person who can do this. So,
okay. That is so fucking valid.
And I came up with, hey, maybe he has a force field.
So Noah, your job, along with me, is to basically be an internet comment section to voice these bees as we finish out this encounter.
Beautiful. Okay. I got it.
And you're all pointing your guns at me.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Valid.
Hi, I'm Cecil.
So I think we've established what's going to happen with Kent. Do you mind if we rewind the conversation just a little bit so that Noah can get some RP in before we have to get into the flow of how that fades out? Is that okay?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say we rewind not very far. We literally just rewind to where Cecil has convinced us to stop pointing our electricity guns at FiAiO, and instead we are now pointing all of our guns at Cecil. Kent, I am not changing your role whatsoever. I'm just giving a little time for RP, and then we'll get right back to it. That okay?
What is
That's good
Agent
with me.
Washington doing?
What is
So
Agent
just-
Washington doing? Everyone's now pointing their guns at them, and they're like, "Oh, we don't trust it. Listen, don't listen to him. He's an idiot. He's stupid. Listen, don't listen to him, Miss Android, Madam Android, Mr. Android. We should have talked about pronouns. We really should have talked about pronouns.
But you know what? Mixed Android works too. It kind of got like a good stick to it. Anyway, so
You like mixed Android? Hang on, everybody. This is very important. Do you like mixed Android? Is that
I am a doctor.
Doctor Android.
Doctor. Wait. So are you like a medical doctor, or do you just have a PhD?
It's a very important question.
Both. I have a medical doctorate and doctorate in xenobiology.
Whoa!
So cool.
Damn!
My God.
Heck yeah.
Karen over here doesn't even have one. Karen, ugh. Can you
Fucking
believe it?
Karen.
Who even
Funny.
brought Karen to this reunion?
Nah, don't look at me. Don't look at me. It wasn't me.
Oh, it wasn't you, even though you always send out all the cards, huh?
It's intentional.
Okay,
Agent Washington.
yes, Agent Washington, how are you reacting to the fact that all of the guns are now pointed at your pilot, I will add, even though they did crash the ship?
He's going to get in front of Cecil with his gun out, not pointing it, but at the ready.
Agent, stop. Don't do that. It's perfectly fine. I'm just gonna stand here with my arms up.
Oh,
Yes,
we got
and
a
if
wise
there's
guy
shoots-
over here doing. Oh, we got a guy. Crap!
not
We want
the
this
guy
back.
here.
We're not gonna let you guys through. No! We gotta get the android in here.
Who said we were going to get through? We're just standing here.
I'm going through.
He's a what?
Wait, where's...
Where's he
Do we
going?
notice that
Where's
he's
he
going in
going?
there? Wait, where's...
God damn
Okay.
it.
God damn it, Kent
Where's
Matrix!
Kent?
And with
I'm
that,
gonna go through the hole because I have a sneaky suspicion that's where he went.
Thank you,
Okay.
Doctor!
so with that,
I'm
we
gonna
have
run to the edge.
with that, we have to come back. My dearest Kent Matrix, you received that 665, that 3 successes, even though I told you not to, but it's okay because that was very in character. If this was a game with inspiration, I would have given it to you. But with that, I'm going to say uniforms are, kind of uniform and regulation standard. But you're Kent Matrix. You're a real hot shot. You explore places no one else has gone before, so you're not afraid to sort of get in the gears of a spacesuit. And I'm gonna say you sort of upgraded your model. So thank you, Heart, once again for saving me. But as you go through and everyone's like, no, a force field sort of descends upon you. I will say, I will 100% give you this, but I will add something if this game ever somehow happens again. I will add, this is meant for combat. It's meant for like deflecting laser bolts and stuff. Although you can use it for exploration, and you've totally souped it up in ways that even the manufacturer of this thing, which is an illegal suit add-on, would not suggest it can be used for exploration. It was originally meant for combat, so like more high bursts of something rapid fire rather than all over the body. So currently it is protecting you all over, but if you try this again and don't get 3 successes, it might not go so well. But this time it does. And as FiAiO continues on, and everyone else is sort of like now crowded around the cave with the internet comment section buzzing, you don't come to any harm. So now I ask FiAiO and Kent, what do you do now that you're down here?
I'm gonna yell, Kent, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, if I'm being honest, field test. Second off, if I'm being honest, being awesome. I mean, come on, I did it. It works. I'm not
because of an
incinerated.
unregulated addition to your suit that might not even hold up under these circumstances.
Oh no, it's very unstable, but it works now.
I'm just gonna drag your ass out of here. Get going.
But I could just get the crystals, get out.
Where are the crystals in relation to us, and how high up are we away from the center of this volcano?
I am going to say you're not at the tip of the volcano, first of all. I'm going to say you're like quite a ways up, but you're not like right at the cavern. It sort of seems like this might be a closed off lava plume, but there hasn't been any earthquakes. There's no reason to worry about it, probably.
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
It sort of gets dark on the way down, which is not usual. Most of the time when they're energy crystals, they glow, but these are specifically void crystals, so that's to be expected. If you want to turn something on your HUD or your suit, you totally may.
I'm using my phone camera scanner thingy.
Nice. It seems
Tricorder.
like it's not going to be too far. They really seemed like this was going to be an easy in and out.
It seems that way at first.
I mean,
it sure seems that way.
If there's any light, then I'll leave.
Wait, what?
Light means lava? No? It glows?
Well, I mean, you'll feel the heat first.
Nah, I'm kind of comfortable right now.
I will mention it is hotter in your suit than is regulation, because, untested unregulation device, but I will mention it's not burning. It's just hotter than you're used to in the suit.
I'm gonna pull up Kent's suit's vitals biometrics up on just the side of my HUD so I can keep an eye on them.
It's not in the danger zone yet. I will also say, now that you've got it on your HUD, it's not in the danger zone. It is outside regulations, but it's not in the danger zone, which is not expected.
Fine, come on.
Wonderful. All right, I'll lead the way.
If you're going to faint, try and fall backward. I'll catch you, probably.
It's not. So if he does pass out, I'm trying to decide: would he actually fall backwards, or would the weight of his pompadour pull him forward?
Pompadour, are you kidding me?
It would pull him forward.
I put a little sketch in the chat.
It's very
genius.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes.
No, that's okay. All right, valid.
Okay, so with that, I think you descend further. I think there's really only going to be one more challenge in front of you, and it's that the lava plume sort of like opens up and opens up a little bit further, and then FiAiO, you sort of get a detection of like energy readings. And part of the interesting thing about void crystals is they actually don't react as powerfully as they are. So like the ambient energy readings most of the time would be off the charts, like how they would be glowing wildly. But it's not like radiation, by the by. It's not dangerous to be around these energy readings. It's just void crystals sort of have an illusory power about hiding how powerful they are because they're dark and they don't really show up on energy readings. Sort of interesting that the bees already knew about them, but you're not here to make hypotheses. You're here to get these schmucks out of here as fast as possible. The issue is their outgrowth is sort of up high. And that's it. That's the issue. How you want to approach this, gang?
How high would you say they are?
Shoot the outcropping. Try and like knock it
Don't.
down.
No shoot. No shoot.
Not the crystals. Not the crystals. But the
No,
stone
I'm
they're
talking
embedded
about
in.
don't shoot anything.
Why?
We're in a volcano.
A single shot isn't likely to set off an entire tectonic movement.
Do you know how thick the walls are?
I mean, I assume that would come up on the scan.
Would it?
Probably. If this is an environmental scan, it probably would.
It probably would. Probably.
I'm just saying, let's just. How much do you weigh? If that's not rude to ask.
More than you can lift.
All right, I'll climb on your shoulders and just grab any loose ones.
It seems like a solid plan. I will mention that if you do the shoulder thing, they are just within reach. You're gonna have to strain a little bit.
But also, I'm made of metal, and it's really fucking hot in here.
Yeah, that doesn't help. The force field is still protecting you, but like, ouch, hot hands, hot feet.
If you ever heard the story about the guy who took the pizzas out of the oven with his bare hands,
Yeah,
it's kind of like that.
better idea. How about,
Man, this
how
is the
about-
worst part. Ah!
How about I just climb up and drop them down to you?
Sure,
Because I can take the heat.
that works for me. Let's see. Do I have? Nope, I
So-
didn't remember to grab a backpack.
So this is a rather rational way to go about this. I'm going to say FiAiO, I need you to roll lasers. Kent, I'm going to say you're automatically helping.
Yep.
So roll 1d6 for existing, 1d6 for Kent, 1d6 for being prepared, but I'm going to say you're not an expert at this. You're a healer, man. So roll 3d6 and you want to roll under your number.
Well, the roll under my number.
Yes.
Triple
That is
success.
triple success.
Nice.
Nice. You get an extra effect.
Fucking
So
makes up for the double failure I got earlier. Anyway.
so that's very, very good. As you climb up onto the outgrowth, there are several clusters which are not as rigidly attached. And you like look at this one big cluster and sort of have to go, no, if we're just trying to get in and out, we're just gonna have to leave it. But you get like 4 cross sections and a couple individual crystals. And safely drop them down. Kent catches all of them miraculously because he's helping. And you're able to come back up successfully. I'm gonna do a little something funny and say for your extra bonus, it's not actually done by you because I feel like this is more in character. Kent, you pocket one of the single crystals just in case.
I was gonna ask if I could anyway.
So since you already get a bonus effect, I'm just going to have that. So when you guys get home, when you guys get back on the ship, you're going to have an entire void crystal. And you come back up. Let me ask you one question. Before you come back up, do you feel the need to talk about the fact that there's still a void crystal cluster up there, or are you just going to give these and try to go?
Well, I'm sure that if they get these and are able to do the research they require with them, they should be able to heat-proof a vessel of some sort and just come down and collect the rest.
I want to get the fuck out of here.
Fair enough.
They'll figure it out.
Okay, so up they come. My fellow bee, please buzz with me because we are so fucking excited. You don't understand. We planned out these things in generations, and this is like 7 generations away at the minimum. At the minimum, you don't understand. Oh my god, look at them. They're so pretty.
Yes. Cecil's just paying attention. All 3 of his eyes are just wide, like with wide shiny eyes, and he's just listening to them.
Pog, 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 pog.
Wash is just watching it like
Christ. Who said we would not be able to do it before 17 generations. Limo!
Just a quick negotiation. I'll give you all of these void crystals I'm wearing, or that I'm carrying. You got any water on you? It was really hot down there.
Someone give this man
water.
collapses from heat exhaustion. God damn it.
What's water?
You get whacked
water?
around the back of the head by this irate android who's still pretty damn hot.
What's a water?
Oh,
Yeah, what is a water?
Robotics, but what's a water?
All right, we'll get to the ship. I'm just gonna dump the crystals on the floor and start walking away.
You can't just drop them! Are you insane? There are regulations against that, Buster. Buster, what are you thinking? I told you they were idiots. You really ought to consider signing on with us, man.
please
See
don't leave
my
us.
previous answer. See my previous answer.
Please don't leave us, Doctor, please.
You'd all die if I
Doc,
did.
at this point, we will die if we don't have you.
Offers open, Doc.
Double finger gun and just walk backwards out of the cave.
As soon as Kent Matrix gets close enough, I'm gonna be like, hey man, here, just take my water off of my belt.
Sweet. I'll drink this on the ship because I realized I probably shouldn't take off my helmet.
Oh yeah, that's the thing we should
Smart
do,
idea.
huh?
Smart idea.
As it turns out, as we said multiple times, there was a reason we wanted the android. Bye-bye though now. Bye-bye. 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 Bye. And they're like, so most of the time they were like sort of hanging out in like, there were clusters and there were individuals and then there were like other clusters. Right now, they are swarming the crystals. All of them in the area are just swarming these crystals and like, their minds are exploding. Again, they thought this would take 7 generations at a minimum, and now they just have them.
Are there any discarded bee guns?
FiAiO will grab the hands of anyone who's not moving and start pulling them toward the ship. They want to get the fuck out of here.
Off we go.
Okay.
Ow,
Yes,
ow, ow, ow.
there are a couple. You get the feeling that like they won't be left alone for long, but if you want to steal one,
Just gonna pocket a bee gun.
I'm afraid you're gonna have to feelings that, buddy.
Ow,
So,
Doc,
Does
Doc,
he
your
get
hands are hot.
disadvantage
Doc,
because
your hands
I'm
are so
trying
hot.
to pull
They're
them
so
away?
hot.
So hot.
That's
How many
3d6.
dice?
Because I have a feeling you've done this before.
I like
Does he get
little
Does
trophies.
he get disadvantage because I'm trying to pull him away?
All under
No.
4.
This is feelings. You gotta try and roll above.
Yeah.
Oh, we
No,
have to
but
try.
you fail utterly. So,
All right, we're running.
so the bees now hate only you. Not only only did you go against what they suggested, and not only did you just dump the crystals on the ground, but you also tried to steal something of theirs. So, like, part of the swarm slowly goes away from the crystals and then, like, starts chasing, again, only you. They don't have bad feelings anymore for Agent Washington or Cecil, and they adore FiAiO. They are now, like, chasing you back to the ship. But also, FiAiO does immediately continue dragging you, probably by the scruff of your shirt, with, like, your butt dragging along the entire way because you can't quite get up, as you go back to the ship.
Oh, it's just it's the sound of heroic laughter the entire way down the mountain.
And with that, everyone, I think we have come to our conclusion. With any luck, Captain Darcy will recover and be able to laugh and also admonish you sometimes for the adventure that you've just had. But in the meantime, our ship takes off for the horizon. Most of the bees sort of like wave their hands like, he's not that important. But you get the feeling that if you ever come back to Bee Planet, you want to send FiAiO and you don't want to send Kent. And our brave adventurers continue to go where nobody has gone in the history of the entire universe. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And that, I believe,
hold on. I want to say, post scene. One of the bees leans over to another bee, and they're all talking, of course, to each other. And he goes, "Man, we should start making people crash on this planet. They can do our work for us."
That is canon. And here's the thing: they just acquired a lot of power. Could power a magnet.
Oh no.
Just like, hey, there's a ship in the sector. There's a ship in the sector. Get out the magnet.
Okay. With that, I believe I'm done as GM. Is there anything else y'all want to say?
This crew is a fucking nightmare.
I love them so much.
I think the feather on the wind.
I think this picture fits.
Yeah.
Yes, it definitely does.
Cecil screams, "I'm a feather on the wind," as we all take off.
I love them. I love them. Guys, I regret to inform you that if we ever have something like this again, I may ask for this exact same crew because I love them.
Please, I love this crew.
Maybe we could pick someone else up for Noah to play.
Yeah.
Listen, Bee Ambassador.
Yeah, one of the bees totally snuck onto the ship while no one was looking. That just happened.
Envoy Bee.
Honestly, if the
android, sorry.
If the android hadn't been dragging Cecil away, Cecil probably would have started being like, "Oh, hey, has any of you considered, getting on a ship and exploring?"
We were going to invite Karen.
Noah, do you want to be Karen the Bee?
No.
Do you want to be another bee?
Fuck yeah.
All right.
If you want, we could also let you actually create a character.
I mean, we do kind of need an engineer.
We do kind of need an engineer.
Listen. The bee is small. The bee can fit into tight spaces. The bee can probably wield a blowtorch and can do the engineering.
Heck yeah, man!
I just want to show you part of my notes for this session, because
Hey everyone, I would like for you to thank the unofficial party member of this gang who definitely helped me, Mock. They were the one who helped me realize it should be bees.
Woo!
Yes. We love Mock.
Yes,
we do
Mock.
love
we love
Mock
Mock so much.
Love Mock so much. All right, I'm gonna stop
Mock
the
loving
recording
hours.
now.
We gotta stop the recording, guys.
Yep.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.